Alright, what is going on? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So in today's video, we're going to be covering a home dumbbell back workout. So obviously, a lot of us are in quarantine right now, and so we don't have access to our gyms. However, if you have a pair of dumbbells at home or anything heavy that has a handle, such as a heavy water bottle or a laundry detergent, for example, you can follow along this workout. So basically, the way it's going to work, I'm going to be covering 5 exercises that target different areas of your back. The rep range is going to be around 8 to 12 reps, and we're going to be doing 3 to 4 sets for each exercises. So before getting started with the first exercise, I just want to say that if you guys haven't had the chance to check out my Instagram account, I do post unique workout videos as well as calisthenics related videos. So if you guys want to check that out, the link is going to be in the description and the username is going to be right here as well. So that being said, let's get right into the first exercise, which is going to be dumbbell deadlifts. So depending on how heavy your dumbbells are, this should be a fairly easier exercise, just because you can't go as heavy as you usually would on a deadlift when you do it on a barbell. So that being said, it's a good exercise to start off with, just because, although it is targeting your lower back, it is also a warm-up exercise to get on to the later 4 exercises. So as I mentioned previously, the rep range is going to be 8 to 12 reps. Make sure you choose a weight that you're comfortable with and follow along. So when doing this exercise, you want to make sure that first, your shoulders aren't hunched over. You want to put your shoulders back and pop your chest out. Secondly, you want to make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart with your toes facing forward and putting the weight onto your heels as you go down into the exercise. Throughout the whole movement, make sure to keep your core tight as well.
Perfect.
So now diving into the second exercise, we're going to be doing bent over rows. So as you usually do this exercise, whether it's with a barbell or the cables, the same rules apply. So when you pull the weight up to your chest, you want to make sure to keep your core tight, as well as to squeeze your back once you do bring the weight up to your chest. So grabbing the dumbbell, same thing, make sure you grab a weight that you're comfortable with to do rep range between 8 and 12. So going into it, you're going to keep the weight on your heels, as I said, keeping your core tight, your shoulders back and your chest up. Going up into this exercise, you want to keep a little pause at the top in order to squeeze your back. So you're going to be pulling the weight up to your chest, squeezing it up at the top, and then bringing it back slow and steady. And you're going to do that, as I said, 8 to 12 times. Cool, so now that we did the bent over rows, in the third exercise, we're going to be getting into the bent over reverse flies. So the same concept applies. It's going to be the same form. The only difference is that instead of bringing the weight up to your chest, you're going to be doing a fly and bring the weight outwards, targeting your rear delts as well as your traps. So if you do have adjustable dumbbells or a variety of dumbbells, I would recommend that you go lighter for the reverse flies than what you used for the bent over rows. So when doing this exercise, as I mentioned, the same concept applies, making sure your weight is on your heels, your shoulders are back, your chest is up. So when doing this exercise, I preferably like to turn my hands when I bring the weight up, just because I find that I do get a better squeeze that way. However, it all does come down to preference. So if you do want to keep your hands in one strict movement, you're free to do so as well. So now diving into the fourth exercise, we're going to be doing one-arm dumbbell rows. And so in order to do this, I want you guys to either grab a bench, a chair, or anything that you can rest your opposite hand onto when performing the exercise. So the way it's going to look is that whichever hand that you are working with, so for example, if I'm going to have the weight in my right arm, I'm going to have my opposite leg in front of me as well as my opposite arm supporting me on the chair or the bench or whatever you have in front of you. That being said, you want to make sure to keep your back straight as well as your shoulder back like you were doing with every other exercise that we did previously. So when you grab the weight, one mistake that you don't want to do is bringing the weight up to your chest. So instead of doing that, you actually want to focus on driving your elbow back. This is going to allow you to get a lot better of a squeeze when you do the exercise. Now for each arm, we're going to be doing 8 to 12 reps as well as 3 to 4 sets. I do also recommend you to go for a heavier weight throughout this exercise because you do have your opposite hand supporting you when you are doing the row. Okay, so after doing all 4 exercises, let's dive into the 5th and final exercise, which is going to be shoulder shrugs. So if you're not familiar with shrugs, they primarily target your traps. And so the way it works is that when you grab your dumbbells, one mistake that you don't want to do is shrugging your shoulders while you keep your shoulders forward. So you don't want to do this. You want to bring your shoulders back first, and then when you shrug your shoulders, bring them upwards, squeeze at the top, and then bring them back down slow. And as I said, we're going to be doing that for 8 to 12 reps. So boom, after you did all 5 exercises, keeping it 8 to 12 reps, as well as 3 to 4 sets, then you completed the workout with your dumbbells. So this is something you can do at home during your quarantine whenever you want to work out your back. So that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos to come. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you want to check out my Instagram, the username will be here, as well as a link in my description. So that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Perfect.